church. And they also put the youth into choirs. Right? So they began to sing, and it became kind of an emblem of status. And also, right, being in a choir, what are you going to sing? Hymns, Christian and Catholic hymns. You begin to learn the religion that way as well. They also segregated Native Californians in terms of gender. Men and women, especially unmarried men and women, lived in separate dorms. Right? If we think that Native Californians are children, they have these quote-unquote brutal appetites, if they're sexually promiscuous, then the best thing to do is to separate men and women so they don't give themselves off to their lust. These were, and so this process kind of continued throughout. Kind of another kind of important aspect of Spanish colonial and Catholicism, though, is the notion of punishment. I mean, I kind of told you before, right? Sarah himself practiced a form of self-punishment, right? Sins of the idea, you know, if he committed any kind of sin of the mind, sometimes if he had sinful thoughts, if he had sinful actions, he would punish himself and repent and think about, you know, what he'd done and focus on religion in that way. This, of course, extended to Native peoples. What better way to correct errant children? Force, right? Whippings, spankings, these kind of punishments. Right? For instance, it was known that there were whippings. There was, of course, whippings. Native Californians would be put in solitary confinement without water. In more drastic efforts and drastic crimes, they might be publicly mutilated, things that we've seen in New Mexico, execution, imprisonment for hard, you know, in terms of hard labor at some presidios or something along those lines. So there were some rather harsh punishments. And again, as I noted before, if you ran away, if you didn't like living in the mission, you took off, the military will come out and get you, recapture you, and forcibly bring you back to the missions.